Good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's Krista from Hebert's Down Home. If you're new here, welcome. Please be sure to click the subscribe button down below. Today's a homeschool planning day for me, so I'm going to show you kind of what that looks like and how I do my homeschool plans. Now, I am super fortunate to have two older children who are 14 and 16 who help out. I take a week to do my planning for each quarter, and they help out during that week quite a bit with the younger ones, especially in the mornings. In the afternoons, they kind of get busy and have to do their own thing and go to work and stuff like that. But in the mornings, they can help out for a little while with the younger ones while I focus on my planning time. So I've gotten up early. It's about 6 o'clock. I've already been up for a while, and I have made their schedule for the morning. And sometimes Bentley will come in and revamp it a little bit to her liking, and that's just fine with me. I just want them to have a plan so kids aren't just running amok. You know, running amok isn't a good thing. Okay, I am gonna get some muffins out of the freezer for the kids to eat for breakfast this morning. It'll be an easy breakfast for Bentley to make. She can just add some eggs. Those are some whole wheat chocolate chip muffins. And she can just add some eggs to it, and then they have breakfast. Really simple, easy. They can probably do that without me. So I'm just trying to get everything lined up for today so that they can be as independent as possible, and I can work on lesson plans. Oh.
Mommy, I'm going to show you where my race started.
Okay, where did it start?
It started at...
You're supposed to be in your room. Oh, are you using the closet too in the hall?
It just started right above here on the top.
Oh, okay.
And race is half parakeet.
Okay. So where did you get the idea for a minion, Elsa?
It was somebody drew a minion Elsa with Kindle.
Oh, really? You saw it on your Kindle? Very cute.
For the forest was very still now Baloo had finished. The jungle people put them out of their mouths.
So the kids are totally rocking the schedule this morning. They are running on schedule. Bentley and Peyton are getting things moving. They're getting along because they're kind of moving from one activity to the next. They are doing awesome. I, on the other hand, am getting caught up in emails and other things, so I'm finally having to kind of shut that all down, turn off the noise, and focus here. And so I am ready to get to planning. So the first thing that I do, I'm going to show you a couple of my little secrets that I've learned over the years. It took me a while. Like, I should have known this stuff, but I don't know. You know, slow on the uptake. I don't know. So the first thing I do is I have my little calendar for the whole school year of days, and I know how many days our state requires, and I have it all divided up into kind of quarters, and so what I do is at the beginning of the year I know how many days I have to have per quarter to meet the required amount of days over the school year. We homeschool year-round, 4 days a week. We actually do a half day on Monday, but it's kind of, we usually do 1 or 2 subjects, not the whole day's worth. So we kind of are 4.5 day a week kind of homeschoolers. So when I figure that in year round, and we get a couple of weeks off each quarter. So I have to figure out where we're gonna take off this quarter, what we've already had off, what we have one little guy in public school, so when he's out of school, and kind of coordinate all of our schedules a little bit. I also kind of look at days or weeks where things are super busy that we might need a little downtime during those days. So I just need to figure out the schedule first for this quarter, and this quarter will run, let's see, January, February, March. That's this quarter. So, and we will end school at the end of June, and July is mostly off month, and then we are back on again in August. First of all, I'm gonna do my scheduling, and then I'm gonna move on to this wonderful thing called Homeschool Minder. and it is a subscription, but I keep my lesson plans on there for each child, divided up by each subject, and it has a printout each day for what they do. So it is awesome. I love it. I don't know how much it is a month because I do a yearly subscription, but check it out. It's called Homeschool Minder. I am not an affiliate. I wish I was. I do not have an affiliate program, but it is a program that I love. We've used it for, I think, probably 3 years now. We used it sort of gently the first year, and then I felt like it's going to do my transcripts for high school for me based on what I've plugged into it. So that is awesome. That is worth its weight in gold as far as I'm concerned. And so I keep track of each assignment on there. The kids check them off. They get a checklist. They check them off each day, what they've gotten done. I can enter grades in there. It's a wonderful program. It has helped my organization tremendously with homeschool. Now, I have not kept up very well, so I need to go back and do some catch-up work, get some grades entered and things like that in there. So as far as homeschool grades go, like most homeschoolers, we do not move on until we master something. So the kids go back and they do corrections and they get everything correct in the end. I usually give them half credit for corrections. That's how I do it, but I know different people do it differently, and there's no real wrong way to do it unless your state has some guidelines. What are you making yours? Are you doing yours meat pizza or just cheese, Grayson?
I'm gonna do some cheese and
Okay.
I have to wait and wait for days in a wood path and climb half a night on the mere chance of a...
So I'm going to, first of all, set my schedule, then I'm going to start plugging stuff in, and I'll kind of show you how I divide things up and what I do. I'm a real stickler for getting through books. Like, I don't move on until we've gotten the whole book done, because I paid for the book, doggone it. We're going to use it and learn every ounce of information out of it that we can. So, so I'm going to show you kind of how I divide up books so that we can mostly get through them in a year. Some books we use for a couple years. I will say also that I am very scheduled with the older two. And then our middle guy, he is at public school, so he does his own thing. But I am very, very scheduled with how, what assignments they get done. The younger ones, I don't do as much pre-planning for them. We just go through their books. And so some days the lessons are longer, some days they're shorter because they just can't manage it. And I feel like I can't really plan too far ahead for them because I don't know what they will be ready for and what they can handle, what kind of a load they can handle. The older ones, I have a pretty good picture, and they just need to get through their work. There's occasions where I'll make adjustments, but for the most part, I plan for their whole quarter. Then they have their printouts each week, and they move through them. So it makes it fairly simple for me. The work is all on the front end, and the back end getting grades entered. But for my little ones, I want to do a little bit more scheduling this quarter, but I can't schedule them for a full quarter because I just don't know how quickly they're going to move through things and master things, especially when we're working on reading and math in those younger levels. We just have to give it time and do it at their pace. So I can't push them so hard. So that's kind of what we do. So what I do to get through a book in a year, and some books, like I said, I know that we cannot get through in a year, but math we always do. So what I'm going to do is I just go into the front and I look at how many chapters and how many lessons it has, and then I just start dividing it up. So I've already divided this up into 4 quarters, and based on how many lessons it has, I divided it into 4 quarters. So now I'll just plug it all in to make sure that she can get it done by the end of the year. So that's kind of what I do. And I do that with all the books. I just divide it up. That one is a 2-year course, so I divided it by 8 quarters. And I know, okay, I have to accomplish, or they have to accomplish this many chapters per quarter. Sometimes that means that maybe they're done a little early, or sometimes we have to double up a little bit to get it all done. It depends kind of on where we're at. So then I'm going to go over here to my computer and I'm going to just start plugging in the assignments so that they're going to have their assignment sheets. That is the plan for today. It's like noon, guys, and I feel like I'm just kind of getting started, but I just really had to get things organized and get my books out and figure some things out, the schedule and all of that. So not moving as quickly as I hoped, but we'll get it done. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.